One of the things that I have struggled so much with, I can't even emphasize how much I've struggled with this, is this whole idea that as an author, I'm supposed to be building a platform. For years, I've said to myself, I can do one or the other. I can write or I can build a platform, but there is no way I can do both. And the reason is, twofold. First of all, I have a job and I have a life and I have children and a husband and community service and church and all the other things, and needing to take care of my health. I need to exercise and cook and 1,000 other things. So if I just find enough time to work to write, there's no way I can do platform. Or if I just find a way to build platform, there's no way I'm going to have time to write. That's the first problem. But the second problem is something I've really struggled with, and that is that even if I had the time, there's no way I can focus on so many spinning plates. It's impossible. That's way too much to carry up here, especially if there's more than one platform site to build on. So let's talk about how that's been working out for me. At this point, I have gone from 0 platform and no pages written to, in a year and a half, 1 book completed. I'm submitting it to another author or another publisher in probably a couple of months. It was turned down by the first publisher, but that's okay. It's written. That's good. So I've gone from no pages written and no platform to where I'm at now with 1 full manuscript, 1 in the first draft, and then several platform building areas on social media. And I will share with you how I've been able to do that, but I don't do that from any sense of like, oh, what I'm going to tell you will help you do all the things. Because I, for years, have watched people on YouTube talking about how can you write and build a platform. And I can tell you my biggest hang up in being able to get there was just honest to goodness things I couldn't control in my life. I actually had to, for me, this is not everybody's story, for me, I had to finish raising my children. I just literally didn't have time. And now my youngest child is married and on her own. So that has opened up some time for me. Another thing is I really had to manage my health. I was having so many struggles with energy and even brain fog, that even if I had the time, I just couldn't focus and I was exhausted all the time. So I had to spend a lot of time fixing my health. And then there was the problems of house and yard work. So I have worked so hard over the last few years. I've hired an inexpensive, and she doesn't come very often, housekeeper, but that helps a lot. And I have gradually been able to let go of more of the housework and yard work for my husband to do that. That has helped so much. This is not available to everybody. So I don't want anyone to feel bad like, oh, I couldn't do all that. My point for you would be, people like to say, oh, it's just you making it up that you're not writing. It's your resistance. It's you're sabotaging yourself. And I can honestly say that I'm sure that's true in a lot of ways. I don't discount that is a thing, but I can say for me, there were real things standing in my way, like raising children, like yard and housework that actually needed done. It wasn't just in my head. And I've been able to address those things, and now I'm in a good place. But I really do think there's such a thing as seasons. So, okay, where was I going with this? I'm getting a little off track. All right, so how did I go from a year and a half ago, no platforms, to where I'm at now, which I'm not platform queen of the West. I don't have a bazillion followers. I have a small handful of followers on a few platforms, but it's a start. How did I go from nothing to where I'm at now? Well, what I did is for over a year, I only did 1 platform. There's a different YouTube channel. It was a passion project, and I just did videos for that. That is it. And I have gotten so comfortable with that channel. Now, I actually feel like I'm capable of other things. And so me being an overdoer, I started 2 new channels and then several other social media channels at the same time. But I've been able to use AI to help me with descriptions and hashtags and things like that, and helping me know how to package those, the content on those other sites. So it's been pretty efficient, but I've also just built a lot of confidence in that. because I just spent one solid year on one platform. The other thing is during that 1 year on that one platform, I worked on only one book. I have 20 book ideas, at least, if not maybe 100, who knows? I'm always coming up with book ideas. But what I forced myself to do was just work on one book, period, end of story. And I forced myself to finish it. So I had to really constrain myself before I could expand. I had to say, I will work on one social media site. That was my one YouTube channel that's a year and a half old at this point. And to work on one book, despite all the other shiny ideas, get it from start to finish, no exceptions. I had to force myself to quit being so distracted and overly creative with 1,000 things. So now, because I've gotten more comfortable with that and I'm starting a new book, I have felt ready to, okay, I'll start some other platforms. And so YouTube has gotten real comfortable for me. So I started this and another channel on YouTube. And then I have a Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok that are all my author brand. And I give them the exact same content. So that was easy. Once I wrap my mind around with Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok, all you're doing is just coming up with like a 2-minute blurb. All it is I'm on a walk and I have a thought and I just record it. And then I make some little slideshow out of some of the thoughts that came out of that. And then I schedule it on Buffer. And I only do one video a week and one little slideshow a week. And I do put the exact same content on all 3 of those. So then I've been able to like, okay, wow, now I'm on 3 places. Now I've got a Facebook and Instagram and a TikTok. But it's actually felt pretty weightless, pretty easy, because I spent that whole year just doing the YouTube channel and building those muscles around posting those videos consistently, coming up with the packaging, being, always being in like content planning mode. That year was pivotal for me to learn how to be a consistent content creator. So how did I go from nothing to where I'm at now, which I'm not saying where I'm at now is amazing, but where I'm at now is I have a start. I have my foot in the door with several social media and online spaces. And now all I have to do is just keep putting out that content. But what helped me get there was to constrain myself first down to one channel and one book, and then just hammer away at that. Now, you might ask, how do you fit that into your schedule? Because you were just saying you wouldn't have time to do both. You could do one but not the other. Well, what's really helped me is those things that I told you about, getting my last child raised, getting my health under control so I didn't have brain fog, hiring a housekeeper, and letting my husband do more of the yard work and other work around the house so that I have more mental space to do my writing. And what has really made the difference in being able to say, okay, I can do both. I can do the content and the actual authoring is by separating my day into segments. In the morning when I get up, first thing is when I write. I say my prayers, but I go write for an hour, really no more. Then I have to do the rest of my day, which is got to go to the gym, work, cook, all the things. And then in the evening after dinner, I write for another 45 minutes, maybe an hour. So the writing is like on either side of the day. It's in that like creative zone where you feel like, I don't know. For me, I feel more creative in the morning and in the evening. Writing doesn't happen in the middle of the day, typically sometimes on a Saturday, but like it's just, those are the times I write. Then in the middle of the day, I see clients throughout the day, but whenever I have a break, then I'll make videos or do my content. So I just look at it as a job. I work for myself, so when I'm on break between clients, I can make videos. I'm not, doing it at a paid employment for somebody else. So I think when I'm at work, that's when I see clients and create videos and do online content. In the morning and at night is when I write. So just kind of segregating it so it flows with my life has worked for me. Now, what works for me is not going to work for you. Like I say, I've listened to so many videos over the years of people's routines and how they do things. And most of the time I'm like, good for you. You kind of suck because you're making me feel angry because I can't do what you do. I don't want to bring that up for you. What I really want is for you to feel inspired that there are answers. You can figure it out, but just be patient with yourself and to figure out what works for you in your own time. I would love to hear from you. I'd love to see you on any of my other platforms. In the description, I have a link to my website where you can sign up for a newsletter or find me on any of those other social medias that I told you about. They're new. There aren't very many followers, but I would love to see you there. We'll see you next time.